What if I told you that a 2,500-year-old practice could silence the anxious voice in your head in just 3 minutes? What if the racing thoughts, the tight chest, the endless worry spirals that keep you up at night could be transformed using techniques that have helped millions find peace? Today I'm sharing 5 powerful Buddhist exercises that don't require years of meditation or spiritual study. These are practical tools you can use the moment anxiety strikes, whether you're in a boardroom, stuck in traffic, or lying awake at 2 a.m. with your mind spinning. I've personally used these techniques to go from someone who couldn't sleep without checking the door lock 5 times to finding genuine peace in uncertainty. And by the end of this video, you'll have these same tools in your anxiety toolkit. So let's dive into the profound intersection of ancient Buddhist wisdom and modern anxiety relief. Understanding anxiety through Buddhist eyes. Before we explore the exercises, we need to understand what Buddhism teaches us about anxiety itself. This isn't just about managing symptoms, it's about understanding the root cause of why we suffer. In Buddhist philosophy, anxiety is a form of dukkha, often translated as suffering, but more accurately described as the unsatisfactoriness that comes from our relationship with reality. The Buddha identified that our suffering comes from 3 main sources, what Buddhists call the 3 poisons: greed, hatred, and delusion. But here's where it gets practical for anxiety sufferers. Most anxiety stems from our mind's desperate attempt to control what cannot be controlled. We cling to certainty in an uncertain world. We resist the natural flow of change. We create elaborate stories about futures that may never happen. Buddhism teaches us that anxiety isn't the problem. Our relationship with anxiety is the problem. When we fight anxiety, it grows stronger. When we judge ourselves for feeling anxious, we create a second layer of suffering on top of the original anxiety. The Buddhist approach is radically different. Instead of fighting anxiety, we learn to observe it with compassion. Instead of trying to eliminate uncertain feelings, we learn to find peace within uncertainty itself. This isn't about becoming passive or accepting harmful situations. It's about developing a fundamentally different way of relating to our inner experience. Think of anxiety like a wave in the ocean. Most of us try to stop the wave, fight against it, or pretend it's not there. Buddhism teaches us to learn to surf, to work with the natural movement of our mental and emotional states rather than against them. This shift in perspective is revolutionary because it means we're no longer victims of our anxiety. We become conscious participants in our healing. The Buddhist framework for anxiety. Buddhism offers us a clear framework for understanding why anxiety persists and how to work with it skillfully. The 4 noble truths, which form the foundation of Buddhist teaching, can be directly applied to anxiety. First truth, the reality of suffering. Anxiety exists. This might sound obvious, but most of us spend enormous energy trying to pretend we're not anxious or feeling guilty about our anxiety. The first step is simply acknowledging, I am experiencing anxiety right now. This acknowledgement alone can be profoundly liberating. Second truth, the origin of suffering. Our anxiety is often fueled by tanha, craving or attachment. We crave certainty, control, approval, or specific outcomes. When reality doesn't match our cravings, anxiety arises. Understanding this helps us see anxiety not as a random attack, but as information about where we're clinging too tightly. Third truth, the cessation of suffering. This is the hope. Anxiety doesn't have to control our lives. When we learn to release our desperate grip on outcomes and find peace with uncertainty, the anxiety naturally begins to dissolve. We don't eliminate anxiety completely. That would be unrealistic. But we transform our relationship with it. Fourth truth, the path to freedom. This is where the practical exercises come in. Buddhism offers a clear path of practice that leads to freedom from anxiety's grip. It's not magic, it's training, just like physical exercise trains our body. The key insight here is that anxiety is not a permanent condition. It's a temporary experience that arises due to certain mental habits and patterns. When we change these patterns, anxiety naturally begins to release its hold on us. Exercise 1, breathing as your inner refuge. This first practice is inspired by the ancient Buddhist method of anapanasati, or awareness of breath, a time-tested path to emotional clarity and calm. When we're anxious, our breath becomes tight, rapid, and shallow. This unsteady rhythm signals the brain that we're under threat, keeping us locked in survival mode. Conscious breathing interrupts that loop and gently returns us to balance. Here's how to make your breath a refuge in moments of distress. Step 1. Tune into the breath. Pause, wherever you are, sitting, lying down, walking. Notice the sensation of air entering and leaving your body. No need to alter it yet. Just mentally acknowledge, this is an inhale, this is an exhale. Step 2. Invite calm through the breath. Let your breath deepen naturally without strain. Inhale slowly through the nose to a count of 4. Hold briefly for 2 counts, then exhale softly through the mouth to a count of 6. That extended out-breath signals the body to relax, activating your rest and digest system. Step 3. Use a gentle mental note. With each breath, add a quiet phrase in your mind. While breathing in, think, inhaling, I welcome what I feel. While breathing out, exhaling, I meet it with kindness. This changes your posture toward anxiety from resistance to understanding. Step 4. Widen the lens. Now, let your awareness extend from the breath to your entire body. Feel where tension lives, perhaps in the jaw, the neck, or the belly. Let your breath softly reach these areas as if you're breathing into them. Step 5. Integrate the calm before finishing. Set a gentle intention. I move forward from this calm space. Open your eyes slowly, or shift your attention back to your activity, carrying this stillness into the next moment. This practice doesn't aim to suppress anxious thoughts, but to help you meet them from a grounded, compassionate place. It takes just a few minutes, and since your breath is always with you, this tool is always available. Whether you're overwhelmed in public, struggling to fall asleep, or facing a tough moment, this simple act of breathing with awareness can guide you back to yourself, steady, soft, and present. Exercise 2. The impermanence meditation. One of Buddhism's most profound insights is anicca, the principle that everything is impermanent. This includes our anxious thoughts and feelings. When we truly understand impermanence, anxiety loses much of its power over us. Anxiety often feels overwhelming because we unconsciously believe it will last forever. We think, I'll never feel better, or this worry will consume me. Buddhism teaches us to see anxiety as weather passing through the sky of our awareness. Here's how to practice the impermanence meditation. Step 1. Acknowledge what's present. When anxiety arises, instead of trying to push it away, turn toward it with curiosity. Say to yourself, anxiety is here right now. Notice where you feel it in your body, your chest, stomach, throat, or shoulders. Step 2. Observe without judgment. Imagine you're a scientist studying this anxiety with genuine interest. What does it actually feel like? Is it hot or cold? Heavy or light? Moving or still? Tight or loose? This observation creates distance between you and the anxiety. Step 3. Remind yourself of impermanence. As you observe the anxiety, repeatedly remind yourself, this too shall pass. Not as a desperate mantra, but as a simple truth. Think of times when you've been anxious before. Where is that anxiety now? It passed just as this will pass. Step 4. Watch the changes. Pay attention to how the anxiety shifts and changes as you observe it. Does it get stronger or weaker? Does it move to different parts of your body? Does it come in waves? This observation proves that anxiety is not a solid, permanent thing. It's constantly changing. Step 5. Expand to life's impermanence. Gently expand your awareness to recognize that everything in your life is impermanent. Your thoughts, emotions, circumstances, even your problems. This isn't depressing, it's profoundly liberating. If everything changes, then your current difficulties will also change. When you practice this regularly, you begin to develop what Buddhism calls equanimity, a balanced state of mind that remains stable, whether experiences are pleasant or unpleasant. You realize that you don't need to be happy all the time to be at peace. This practice is particularly powerful for people whose anxiety centers around worst-case scenarios. When we truly understand impermanence, we realize that even if our fears came true, those situations would also be temporary and changeable. If this message resonates with you, and you're seeking more moments of peace and insight, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for daily reflections rooted in ancient wisdom and modern clarity. Exercise 3. Softening anxiety with self-compassion. In Buddhist teachings, metta, or loving-kindness, begins with the self. Yet in moments of anxiety, many of us turn inward with judgment and blame. We scold ourselves for feeling overwhelmed, compare ourselves to others, and deepen the very suffering we wish to escape. This exercise invites you to approach anxiety not as an enemy to be defeated, but as a wounded part of you that longs to be seen, soothed, and supported. Step 1. Notice the inner judge. When anxious thoughts appear, pause and listen for the inner voice that criticizes, "Why are you like this? You should be over this already. No one else struggles like you do." Recognize that this voice isn't truth, it's habit, and it often adds fuel to the fire. Step 2. Speak with kindness. Gently place a hand over your chest, a simple act of self-soothing. Then, offer yourself the words you'd give to someone you care about deeply. "This is hard right now, and it's okay to feel this way. I'm doing the best I can in this moment." This too is part of being human. Step 3. Reframe the role of anxiety. Instead of rejecting anxious thoughts, acknowledge their deeper intention, protection. Try saying, "I see you, anxiety. You're trying to help, even if it's not the way I need right now. Thank you, but I choose a gentler path." This shift turns anxiety from an enemy into a misunderstood ally. Step 4. Repeat phrases of compassion. Use gentle phrases as a form of emotional nourishment. Try silently repeating, "May I treat myself with tenderness. May I find steadiness in the face of uncertainty. May I release the urge to judge my mind. May I feel safe within myself no matter what arises." Let these words settle into your heart, like warm light filling a cold room. Step 5. Widen the circle. Take a moment to remember, you're not alone. Across the world, countless others are feeling what you're feeling. In your heart, wish them well. May others who feel anxious right now be held in compassion. May we all discover peace amidst the storm. This quiet connection turns isolation into shared humanity. Why this matters? Trying to fight anxiety often tightens its grip, but when we meet it with understanding and care, something softens. This doesn't mean anxiety vanishes instantly, but it loses its power to control us. We become less entangled, more grounded, and more free. Compassion isn't a luxury, it's medicine for the mind, and it starts with how you speak to yourself in moments of struggle. Exercise 4. The 5 Elements Grounding Technique. Buddhism recognizes 5 elements that make up all existence: earth, water, fire, air, and space. When anxiety disconnects us from our bodies and launches us into mental spiral, this grounding technique reconnects us with these fundamental elements within ourselves. This exercise is particularly powerful for panic attacks or when anxiety makes you feel spacey or disconnected from reality. Step 1. Earth element. Feel your foundation. Begin by feeling your connection to the earth element. If you're sitting, feel your body's weight in the chair and the chair's connection to the floor. If you're standing, feel your feet firmly planted on the ground. Imagine roots growing from your body deep into the earth, anchoring you. Say, "I am grounded and stable." Step 2. Water element. Find your flow. Focus on the water element within you. Notice your saliva, the moisture in your mouth, the blood flowing through your veins. If you're near water, even a glass of water, spend a moment appreciating its fluidity. Water teaches us about adaptability and flow. Say, "I can flow with life's changes." Step 3. Fire element. Feel your inner warmth. Tune into the fire element, your body's warmth, your metabolism, your inner energy. Place your hands on your belly and feel the warmth there. This fire element represents your inner strength and vitality. Even in anxiety, this warmth remains. Say, I have inner strength and vitality. Step 4. Air element. Breathe spaciously. Connect with the air element through conscious breathing. Feel the air entering and leaving your body. Recognize that the same air has been breathed by countless beings throughout history. This air connects you to all life. Say, I am connected to all life through the breath we share. Step 5. Space element. Expand your awareness. Finally, tune into the space element, the awareness within which all experiences arise. Notice the space around your body, the space in the room, and the vast space of the sky. Recognize that your anxiety arises within this spacious awareness, but doesn't fill it completely. Say, I am spacious awareness itself. This practice works because it shifts us from abstract mental worry to concrete bodily experience. It reminds us that we are more than our anxious thoughts. We are embodied beings connected to the natural world. When you feel overwhelmed, remember, you contain all 5 elements. You are as stable as earth, as flexible as water, as vital as fire, as connected as air is, and as vast as the space. Exercise 5. The Buddhist worry period. Buddhism teaches right effort, the balance between being too lax and too forceful in our practice. Many anxious people either completely avoid their worries, which makes them stronger, or worry constantly, which is exhausting. This technique finds the middle way. The worry period technique, adapted from Buddhist principles, gives your anxious mind a specific time and place to do its work, while preventing it from taking over your entire day. Step 1. Schedule your worry time. Choose a specific 15-20-minute period each day for worrying. This might sound counterintuitive, but it works. Many people choose early evening, but pick a time that works for your schedule. This is your official worry period. Step 2. Collect worries. Throughout the day, when anxious thoughts arise during the day, acknowledge them and say, I see you and I'll give you proper attention during my worry period. You might keep a small notebook or phone note to jot down the worry briefly, then return to your current activity. Step 3. Create a worry ritual. During your designated worry period, sit in a specific place and consciously worry about everything on your list. This isn't casual anxiety, this is intentional, focused worry. Set a timer so you don't exceed your allotted time. Step 4. Apply Buddhist analysis. For each worry, ask these Buddhist-inspired questions. Is this worry about something happening now, or something that might happen? If this worry were true, would it be permanent or temporary? Is there any action I can take regarding this worry, or is it beyond my control? What would I tell a dear friend who had this same worry? Step 5. End with letting go. When the timer rings, consciously end the worry period. You might say, I have given my worries proper attention, now I release them. Some people visualize placing their worries in a box or sending them down a river. This technique works because it honors the anxious mind's need to problem solve while preventing worry from taking over your life. It also reveals how much of our worry is repetitive and unproductive. Many people discover that when they have a designated time to worry, they actually worry less. The mind relaxes, knowing it will have its chance to process concerns. Bringing mindfulness into everyday moments. Buddhist teachings aren't meant to stay on a meditation cushion or locked away in quiet retreats. Their true power unfolds in the unpredictable rhythm of daily life, in traffic jams, tense conversations, sleepless nights, and moments of doubt. The practice lives not in escape, but in engagement. First, start your day with intention. As your day begins, before picking up your phone or diving into tasks, pause and set a heartfelt intention. Something simple like, today, I will meet challenges with awareness. Or may I respond with patience and clarity. It's not about being flawless, it's about starting the day with direction and gentleness. Second, Use everyday pauses as anchors. Throughout the day, let small in-between moments become reminders to return to presence. Standing in line, waiting for your food to heat up, walking from one room to another. These are doorways to awareness. Just one conscious breath in those moments can reconnect you to peace. Third, reflect gently. Each evening. At the end of the day, take a few quiet minutes to look back. Ask yourself, when was I grounded and kind today? Where did I get caught in old habits? Can I offer myself understanding for both? Every day offers lessons, not in judgment but in growth. Fourth, meet others with understanding. When conflict arises or someone triggers anxiety, try to remember they too are carrying unseen burdens. This perspective doesn't mean tolerating harm, but it gives you space to act with clarity instead of being swept up by emotional reaction. Try silently saying, just like me, this person wants to be happy. Fifth, accept the messiness of practice. You'll forget to be mindful, you'll react, you'll feel overwhelmed. That's not a failure, that is the path. The practice is in remembering, in starting again, in showing up with honesty even after you've stumbled. Each time you notice a pattern, breathe through a tough moment, or offer yourself grace. You're deepening your practice. Closing thoughts and encouragement. As we conclude this journey into Buddhist approaches to anxiety, I want to leave you with one of my favorite Buddhist concepts, Buddha nature. This teaching says that within each of us lies the potential for complete peace and freedom from suffering. Your anxiety doesn't define you, it's simply a temporary cloud covering your already present inner peace. The 5 exercises we've explored today, mindful breathing anchor, impermanence meditation, loving kindness for anxious thoughts. 5. Elements grounding and the Buddhist worry period are your tools for uncovering this peace. They work not by eliminating anxiety, but by fundamentally changing how you relate to it. Remember, you don't need to be perfect at these practices. You don't need to become a Buddhist scholar or spend hours in meditation. You simply need to begin where you are, with what you have, in this moment. Your anxiety has been your teacher, showing you where you're holding too tightly to control and certainty. Now these Buddhist-inspired practices can become your guides, leading you toward a life of greater peace, compassion, and freedom. The path isn't always easy, but it's always worth walking. Every breath you take with awareness, every moment you offer yourself compassion instead of judgment, every time you remember that this too shall pass, these are acts of profound courage and wisdom. You have everything you need to begin transforming your relationship with anxiety right now. The only question is, will you take the first step? I believe you will because you're already here seeking wisdom and healing. That seeking itself is the beginning of your freedom. Take a deep breath, offer yourself some compassion, and remember, your peace is not somewhere else waiting to be found. It's here within you waiting to be uncovered. May you be free from unnecessary suffering. May you find peace in uncertainty. May you treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a dear friend. And may these ancient teachings serve your very modern healing. If this video has been helpful, please share it with someone who might benefit from these teachings. Sometimes the path to our own healing leads through helping others find theirs. Until next time, be gentle with yourself and remember, this too shall pass and you are stronger than your anxiety believes you to be.